Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave.
Are men trash?
Men or a bear?
It's because a man done did something to her.
The bear's not gonna.
So men have been.
Men are the most
I got
horrible.
13 kids, so
13 kids and you still got your hair?
yeah.
You blessed.
I know, right?
13, how old are you?
36.
36, 12 baby mamas.
It ain't that bad.
That's crazy. So you think you're gonna find your 13th baby mama after this?
I'm counting on you.
So what kind of haircut you think you wanna get today?
I'm sorry. This is why I don't have sympathy for women in the dating market. It's like you were the 12th. You are the 12th, and you thought this man was a good option. It's like, seriously, do you have no self-respect? This is, I said before, women, I think both genders, right, ignore red flags. But it's like, there's a certain amount of like, come on, you gotta stop. You gotta stop ignoring red flags. Because who wants to be the 12th? Why? And this is the thing, right? Why you can't hold terrible men accountable. Like I said, you can't hold terrible men accountable, right? Because again, you can talk about, oh, he needs to be a good dad. He needs to wrap it up, all this stuff. But yet, there are 12 women that took away the consequences. Didn't make him okay. Didn't give him any. There's no consequences to his actions. 12 women willingly gave him a child. Willingly gave him her body. So how can you hold terrible men accountable when there's no consequences to their actions, right? It's like people say, oh, you're a terrible dad. Okay, women will still give him kids. People say you treat women terribly, and then women still give them their bodies. It's like, it's just, this is the thing where, and this is, the statistic is that there are a good I forgot the exact, but there are good men that are single and childless, and yet none of those men were good options. The man with 12 kids is the better option. And it's like, seriously, women create their own problems. Women love drama. Women love the shitty men. You just can't tell me otherwise, because consistently, right, time after time, women have proven that they love shitty men. They love toxic men. They love the bad boys, the players, the Pookies, the Ray Rays. They love these guys. And there's countless of videos to tell you otherwise.
I hate it when people are like, there are so many fish in the sea. I don't want another fish. I wanted that fucking fish. I wanted that fish. I don't want to see if other fishes are nice. I don't care about the other fish.
Her caption was, "My fish wanted another fish." This is why I said I have no sympathy for women when it comes to dating market, okay? Because again, they are the root of their own problem. You are stuck on a man that don't want you. It's always women, like, you are stuck on men that mistreat you, that don't want you, that are liars, abusive, that are abusers. You are the root of your problem. You are the problem, right? Wanting a man that don't want you and saying you don't want other men, well then, no duh, that if that man wants, he can treat you bad because you are stuck to him. You view a man that don't want you as on a pedestal, right? That's the thing where I said why I don't have sympathy for women, because how can you care about a man that don't want you, but men that would want you, that would treat you good, that would be, quote unquote, a good man to you, you don't want. You want a man that does not want you, i.e. would probably be a bad fit for you, probably won't treat you right because he won't appreciate you because he don't want you, yet you want that man. That's why, and it's fine, perfectly fine who you want. You want who you want, but then don't complain about the men, right? Don't complain about men. Don't complain about that man. You see the red flags, you accept it, right? You are the ones who say, you know what? I see this red flag. I'm going to ignore it. So at the end of the day, you have only yourself to blame. Okay, and that kind of energy, right? Where now it's like, oh, I want this man, but he don't want me. So really now every other man you be with, you are comparing him to that man that don't want you. And in your mind you deem that you're settling for subsequent men. That's why, you know what, I've said this before, I'm in all support of women staying single for the rest of their life, right? Be happy on your own, right? That's the thing. Focus on your career, focus on your hobbies, focus on your friends, because women like this will only be a detriment to other men, will only hurt other men. Because one will compare these other men to that man that don't want her, or two, will deem that she's settling for these other men. So no, that's just, you're just gonna hurt other men. So that's why I'm in all support of women just staying celibate, staying single.
Why are you still single? Why are you still single? Look, okay, look. It's not that fucking simple. Okay? Think about it. This is, look. Stay with me on this. My type. I'm not their type. Okay? But also, like, people who aren't my type, I'm their type. But for some reason, people who are my type, I'm not their type. If you get it. And when I do seem to somehow bag somebody who is my type, they end up not being who I thought they were. You know?
It's very simple. The men you want either don't want you or don't want you for a long-term commitment. The men you don't want you, but you don't want them. Plain and simple. That's just how it is. Women make it so difficult. You just want the men that either treat you bad or don't want you. You don't want the men that will treat you good or that you don't find attractive. Plain and simple. But that also, I have to say that that's why 100% I don't have sympathy for women, right? The men that they only allow, right, into their life, into their body, whatever, are the men that they chose. The men they wanted. Plain and simple, right? Any situation they're in, right, they allow it. They chose it. Okay? And they have plenty of options, a sea of options. So the one man that got it, well, they chose it. They allow it. It's different from men. Men don't really have the sea of options. They choose what they can get. So it's very different.
When your guy friends treat you better than any man that you have been with in this town.
And yet these guys aren't worth dating, right? That's the insanity of it. The insanity of all these women that have guy friends know that if they ask that if these guys would want to have sex or even get into a relationship, these guys would jump at a chance. Yet they don't ask it because they know the answer. And then they surprised that these men go the extra effort to be amazing to you, because again, it's a different way of going towards your heart, of trying to get with you. This is the insanity of it, right? When women think that their friends, their guy friends, treat them better than their boyfriends, yet they never wanted to date these men. So really, what does that say? Say that the men that treat you bad is worth your time, while your friends aren't, right? The guy friends aren't worth it. That's so much worse. Because I've done that thing, right? Where having a girlfriend, where she's saying, oh, I wish my boyfriend was just like you. Really? Because I'm just like me. But no, that's the thing where women don't understand, and where I'm such an advocate against the friend zone, against men. If you are attracted to the woman, right? If you are attracted to each other at all, if he has any kind of feelings for you past platonic, there's no friendship there, right? If he will not say no to go into bed with you, there's no such thing as a platonic relationship in that sense. If he will say no, then yes, it's a platonic relationship, right? It's a friendship. But if he could say yes, it ain't. That's why I am not in favor of general, right, men and women friendship. Because most of the time, he will say yes.
Explain to me, what is wrong with men nowadays? Like, since when was it the woman's job to message first? Since when was it the woman's job to pay on the first date, even though the man was the one that instigated the dating in the first place? I don't mind going halves, but expecting me to be the one that dishes out the payment, the entire payment for the entire bill, that's crazy to me. Since when did men expect the woman to be the chaser and the men to be the one that's just sat receiving, being pretty and not doing nothing? It's not a woman's job to pursue. The whole point of a male is to be a hunter, to hunt for the prize, which is the woman. And I'm not saying the woman needs to bring nothing to the table, but for goodness sake, do something. Like, is it just me that thinks this? Am I losing my mind? My man told me if a woman is not satisfying her man, he will go find satisfaction elsewhere. But how can you expect her to satisfy you when you're doing the bare minimum, if that, to even invest in her and to show her that you like her? and to show her that you're worthy of having her. To expect me to keep chasing you because you've been hurt in the past, so you're taking out your trauma onto me and telling me that I need to show up in places that your ex didn't show up, it does not add up. I've been traumatized too. You're not showing up for me in ways that I expect you to show up. If anything, you're doing way less than what my ex did, and my ex cheated on me. I would rather go back to my ex who cheated on me and give him another opportunity than be sat here trying to chase you, pursue you, and invest all my energy into you because you're draining me. You're literally draining me. You're sitting there telling me how much you like me and how much you see a future with me. But the thing is,
This is something that women gotta understand. How the dating market is currently is what women did to it. Because this is the thing where it's women that want it all. They want it how they want it, and they can't realize there's consequences to it. First of all, for you to say what job, is it a man's job, a woman's job? And yet, when men say what is a woman's job, you complain. Yet it's fine for you to tell men what's a man's job. And about the missing first is that men don't know if you're into them. They don't. A lot of times, women have told it, don't approach women, right? Women have said that, don't approach, you're a creep, or they treat you like you're a creep, or they, you know what, they play games. So really, that is the consequences of you treating men like they're creeps for approaching women or hitting on women. You treat men like creeps. So men in general are now saying, okay, fine, you approach, you make the move, you message first. And I admit, right, paying the whole bill on the first date is ridiculous. I would definitely support going 50-50, right? So there's no expectations, right? So people are contributing both. Like I said, I do think that part I agree with. It's ridiculous to expect someone to pay the whole bill. And again, it's not a woman's job to pursue. Yet when men pursue, they are deemed a creep. Right? They're Me Too'd, they are yelled at, they are ridiculed, they are put down. That's the thing. And again, women have put down the narrative. Stop pursuing, stop chasing, stop approaching. Well, now the society is now women need to pursue. Women need to put that in effort. I'm sorry. That's just what women wanted. It's just really funny. She says job, the whole point of a male is hunt and pursue. And yet, when men say the whole point of women's job is to be in the kitchen and giving birth. Oh, that sounds misogynistic. That's the hypocrisy. That's the hypocrisy of women. That's the delusion where they don't know what they want. They want to be strong, independent. They want to be equals, yet they wanted to be treated like they're not equals. Special treatment, right? Preferred treatment. You're no one special to have that kind of effort. And like I said, about the whole paying for the full date is that it should be half. You should both be putting equal effort. No longer is it a one-way effort. No longer. It don't matter if he asked you out or not. It should be equal both ways throughout the dating process, throughout the whole relationship process. It should be equal. And let me say, the biggest drawback or root of women's problems nowadays is that the men they are attracted to, the men they want, let's say a woman like this, I guarantee you, the man that she wants, well, a lot of other women want him too, right? Because I'm pretty sure he has a certain aesthetic or, he's at a certain level. So, what does that say? That he is highly desired. And that's the thing, when many women are attracted to one man, right, one type of man, well, that man is now the prize. He is in control, right? Because again, he has options. He has choices. You're on to the next one, right? And he can continuously do that. As amazing she is, well, there will be another amazing woman out there, right? That's the thing. Women will always have options. But the problem is, will they have options for the men they want?
I think you niggas should start dating each other. Date each other and leave us the fuck alone, because y'all are the perfect bitch for each other. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all don't want to go on no dates. Y'all don't want to buy no flowers. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Just date each other.
Here's a perspective, right? If you have complaints about the dating market, you should get out of it, right? If you have complaints about the other sex, right, the opposite sex, you should get out of it, right? There is nothing wrong with being single for the rest of your life. Nothing wrong with being single and childless for the rest of your life. This is a thing where women is not really people are not seeing it, is that everyone has complaints about each other, right? So if you are not liking what you are attracting or what you are attracted to, then stop dating. Stop dating. It's not the biggest thing in the world, right? To get out of the dating market, because honestly, there will forever be people populating this world, right? So really, you as the individual is complaining about the men you want, men you're attracted to, the men that are attracted to you. Okay, get out of it. Stop dating, right? So just purely focus on your career, your own life, whatever brings you joy. So that's, I just think that don't care. Stop caring. Stop caring who people date then. It's funny that it's like, why do you care if they need to date other people? Because on the flip side, right? This is funny when, let's say this. She said, if these men are complaining, they should date each other. Yet these men don't date each other, but they will go passport bros. And then you complain about that men. That's the insanity of it. It's like, okay, you complain about these men complaining, then these men decide to branch out and find other options. And then you complain about that too, right? Stop caring. Stop caring. If you don't like these men, just be happy on your own. I'm perfect, and I'll say that to any man. Men that are complaining about women, whatever, about like women not choosing them, about women not choosing the good guys, all that shit. Okay, whatever. I mean, like, people's lives will show you their results. So, yeah, just find your own happiness.